Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now. Let's talk about what could be one of the most intriguing potential moves in the NFL right now. A trade that could seriously shake up the NFC East and give the Giants a much-needed boost in their secondary. Rumor has it that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, currently sitting at 3-7 and facing some cap constraints with around $5 million in space, are exploring a trade involving Antoine Winfield Jr. and the Giants. The Bucs are in a bit of a rebuild mode, especially on the offensive line after some key injuries, and they're reportedly looking to shed some cap space and rebuild their roster. So the idea is they might send Winfield Jr., a versatile safety with all-pro potential, to the Giants in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft. This isn't just any trade fodder. Winfield Jr. is widely considered one of the most underrated safeties in the league. He's a player who can do it all, cover deep, come up in the box, make plays in the passing game, and even generate turnovers. It's exactly the kind of dynamic playmaker that could elevate a Giants secondary that's been hit hard by injuries and inconsistent performance this season. Right now, New York's secondary has struggled to contain the passing game, especially against mid-range throws, and they've been missing that explosive element that Winfield Jr. brings. In 2023, Winfield's been pretty solid. He's played only 9 games so far, but in that stretch, he's accumulated 40 solo tackles, 25 assists, and registered 2 sacks. He's also snagged 3 interceptions, returning them for 50 yards, and has a career total of 12 interceptions and over 300 tackles. His PFF grade hovers around the high 80s, and he's allowed just over 52% of passes targeted his way. What's most impressive is his ability to make game-changing plays. He's a ball hawk, and his presence alone can shift the momentum of a game. And it's not just about talent. Winfield's health has been relatively good this year, with minimal injuries, just 1 missed game, and he's been known for his explosive tackles and leadership on the field. For the Giants, who need a reliable, versatile safety to anchor their back end, adding Winfield Jr. could be a game changer. His ability to cover deep passes, he's only allowed 1 touchdown this season, complemented by his knack for creating turnovers, would make him an ideal fit for the Giants' defensive scheme, especially as they look to tighten up their secondary and generate more takeaways. Now, let's break down what this trade could mean for the Giants in practical terms. First, it would immediately boost their turnover margin, something that's been a bit of a bugbear all season. Right now, the Giants are averaging roughly 0.9 turnovers per game, but with Winfield Jr. in the lineup, some projections suggest that number could jump to around 1.7 turnovers per game. That's a huge difference, especially when you consider how crucial takeaways are in close games. Turnovers can swing momentum, create scoring opportunities, and shift field position, all critical elements for a team trying to get back into playoff contention. Secondly, Winfield Jr. would significantly improve the Giants' pass defense, especially against intermediate and deep throws. This season, opponents are averaging around 7.5 yards per pass attempt against New York, which is higher than ideal. With Winfield's ability to cover both deep routes and support the run game, the Giants could reduce that number, tighten coverage, and create more pressure on opposing quarterbacks. His presence would also give the Giants' coaching staff more flexibility to blitz or play more aggressively without sacrificing coverage depth. Moreover, bringing in a player of Winfield's caliber would send a message to the rest of the league and to the Giants' locker room that the team is serious about contention. This isn't just about patching holes, it's about making a statement that the Giants want to be competitive now. His experience, including 3 Pro Bowls and a career PFF grade close to 90, shows he's a proven performer who can elevate the entire secondary. But why would the Buccaneers consider trading Winfield Jr.? Well, Tampa Bay is facing some tough decisions. The team is currently 3-7 and needs to free up cap space to extend players like Mayfield, who's been a bright spot at quarterback this season. They're also prioritizing their front 7, which has allowed just 4 yards per carry, a good sign that their defensive line and linebackers are holding up. So freeing up around $13 million by trading Winfield and focusing on their rebuild makes sense from their perspective, especially with the draft and free agency upcoming. For the Giants, acquiring Winfield Jr. would be a clear signal that they're serious about contending in the NFC East, a division that's been competitive this year but also full of opportunities. The Eagles are still a powerhouse, but the Cowboys are showing some vulnerabilities, and the Commanders are in a rebuilding phase. With Winfield anchoring the secondary, the Giants could elevate their defense from being middle of the pack to genuinely tough to beat, especially in critical games late in the season and into the playoffs. Looking at the bigger picture, this move could have ripple effects that go beyond just this season. Winfield Jr. Addition would help stabilize the secondary, reduce big plays allowed, and increase turnovers, all of which are essential for a team aiming for a deep playoff run. This kind of change could also help the Giants reduce their points allowed, which currently sits around 29, 3 per game. Bringing in a player of Winfield's caliber could immediately push that number down and make the Giants more competitive in tight games. In terms of projections, analysts suggest that if this trade happens, Winfield Jr. could boost the Giants' win probability in crucial matchups by as much as 12–15%. His ability to generate turnovers and shut down key receivers would make him a true X-factor in the playoffs. Historically, adding a safety like Winfield to a team with playoff ambitions has been a recipe for success, echoing the impact of similar trades in recent years that have propelled teams into the Super Bowl conversation. Of course, all of this hinges on the trade actually happening, but the signs are pointing in that direction. The Giants are in a position to make a bold move that could define their season by acquiring a player like Winfield Jr. They're not just plugging a hole, they're making a statement that they want to be serious contenders, and they're willing to make strategic moves to get there. This could be the kind of trade that turns the tide, not only for this season but for the future of the franchise as well. And let's not forget the impact on the Buccaneers. Trading Winfield Jr. might seem counterintuitive for a team trying to rebuild, but it's a smart move financially and strategically if they're looking to reset and focus on the future. They could draft or sign new talent to fill the secondary void, and in doing so, they might accelerate their rebuild process. Plus, the cap space gained from the trade could give them flexibility in free agency to address other needs, especially along the offensive line or at linebacker. In conclusion, this rumored trade, Anton Winfield Jr. to the Giants for a third-round pick in 2026, is a move that could reshape the NFC East landscape and give the Giants a real shot at contending for more than just a playoff appearance. It's a move that makes sense from both sides. The Giants get a versatile, proven star who can transform their secondary, while the Bucs clear cap space and focus on building for the future. If this trade happens, it could be one of those defining moments that fans will remember for years, a turning point that elevates the Giants from a decent team to serious Super Bowl contenders once again. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So Giants fans, what do you think about this potential move? Do you believe Winfield Jr. could be the missing piece that finally pushes us over the edge? Are you excited about the possibility of adding such a dynamic player to our secondary? This is exactly the kind of bold strategy that could propel us into genuine NFC East dominance and perhaps even a deep playoff run. Remember, the NFC is wide open this year, and with a little luck and the right moves, the Giants could be back in the Super Bowl hunt sooner than we think. Keep your eyes peeled because if this trade goes through, it's going to be a game changer for the Giants and the entire division. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, let's go Giants.